everybody. Crypto Pirates, welcome to your Discourse Syndicate's effing hangout. Friday night is here. It's your place to do it in. What's happening, DC?
Nothing much, man. Just surviving, man. Surviving. What about you?
Same thing. Just doing what I can to stay afloat.
Yo, can I say one thing?
Going crazy, all that shit. What's up?
I want to say shout out and congratulations to Kinetics on the baby girl. That's awesome, man.
Knuckles. We got a little mini she Knuckles now. We got a she Knuckles.
One more Hexagon in the Hexagon army.
Yep, Mama's doing good. Baby doing good. I think they were just monitoring Mama a little bit, and then they were supposed to get going home here pretty soon. So, yep. Shout out to Knuckles and the new little girl. Awesome. A little more Hex babies being born. More freaking bag stealers.
More bag stealers.
That's Beautiful. What they are. That's what they really are. That's what these little short versions of me are. Is bag stealers is all I see. Anyway. They're shorter, louder, more expensive versions of me. So, all right. We are so now I'm more confused than ever when it comes to streaming. Would anybody who's in the YouTubes let us know if we are double streaming again? I think we've got a single stream. I think I fixed that problem.
Yeah.
That Restream was doubling up our YouTube stream for some reason, and then we're still over at the D Lives, obviously.
Are we really?
I took it out of Restream so that we'd have to just go straight to D Live, but no, it didn't. It's just rolling that way.
It's only one stream with the old title.
There is okay, so it's one stream, but the old title, right? It didn't update the title.
Didn't update the title.
Nice.
You see the progress, the character development that's going on right now. You see that?
We're getting better, right?
We're getting better. They're learning.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, good. At least we only have one stream on YouTube. That's good. That's a little less confusing, but we do have. So we're gonna start streaming on this really cool platform called Theta here really soon. I got the stream key all set up now, so we're gonna be streaming there too. A lot of good people backing, that project, so that's cool. So we're gonna get involved in that, and maybe next week we'll be on that because so our good buddy Joker jumped on with me today and was running me through OBS, trying to get things, changed out, fixed, and working better. And he showed me a lot of good stuff, but still having trouble with Zoom, trying to get Zoom to work for us so that we can do our Hangout versus using StreamYard. But, again, we'll see how that goes. But
yeah,
progress.
Okay. To tell you the truth, if we can get you guys on Theta, and then if there's a way for the Hexagons to get free Theta and T-Fuel, that's very good for your pockets.
Yeah, that's going to be it's a new crypto that is going to be supporting that channel, and I do believe that the co-founder of YouTube and the co-founder of Twitch are the ones that actually put that streaming platform together. Am I correct?
Correct. All the way, man. Yeah, there's some heavy hitters in Theta, man.
Some heavy hitters, yeah. So, and then Beard Aussie, the guy who is supporting us and helping us get on that. He was asking if we were going to stream tonight, and I just haven't got it down yet. I'm really not happy with the way Restream.io is going, and so I'm hoping to try and use OBS to do that next time. I was going to do it this time, but it was just getting too close. I'm almost got it down, but it was a little too close to the stream. So
There's just not enough hours in the day, man. For real.
not enough hours in the day, especially when you're a working man. So
I feel you on that. I did get off a little early today. That was kind of nice.
yeah, you did.
Yeah,
you did. Oh, here goes our pump. Here goes the DS pump is started.
Yes, sir. The pump. Woo!
Yeah, I see a green candle.
I'm always buying on stream. That's what's going on.
So, yeah. So look, how about all this sideways action, huh? Is that like, man? It's just
so David. To be a streamer, you have to buy a stream key and stuff. So it's like we're trying to figure out how to get people more stream keys, but you could get one, but it costs like $1,000.
Yeah, a stream key for Theta is $1,000. Grr.
Yeah.
Got to pay a grr to get that. Oh, look at this! Look at this fur growing on my face. So I had to grow the beard goatee, my pirate goatee back because the last time I was on stream when I was shaved, some bastard in the chat room was calling me a freaking prison dyke from like Orange is the New Black or something. Said I look like a prison dyke. Then I got an Aunt Jemima blast on me or something like that. So, all right, I'm gonna grow it back. I'll grow it back.
Yeah, I'm over here growing the neck beard right now.
Giving the old pirate crap, man. Come on, man. Come on, guys. So, anybody going to join us? Or do we have any Hexicans coming in for their? Let me throw the invite link out there.
You throw the link in the private chat too.
Oh, you need a link in the private chat?
Yeah. So I'm able to share it out.
Let's see here.
Welcome to your effing hangout.
Where is the chat? Private chat. There we go. All right. So you know, all you got to do is go down there to invite. It's not you're.
Oh no, I'm not logged in. Like it kicked me out again.
What? Jeez.
I know.
There it is.
Yeah.
All right. Joe Hicks. What do you got there, Joe? What's Joe posted in there? Let's see.
High fashion.
Joe has got us looking at. Is that his video? Is that your video, Joe, or is that the? Did you hear that new jam, dude?
No. What jam?
Okay.
Banger.
Oh,
banger.
Yeah.
Okay, let me hear it.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna pull it up here. This. Hold on a second here. Hello, man. What is up tonight with the? Look at all those Discord Syndicate posts. Lots of posts. Thanks, guys. Thanks for all the shout outs here. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I didn't put it. Let's see here. I'm going to put that in that room also. And then, what's that? Oh, here it is.
Your audio got hella loud.
What's that?
It's hella. Your audio sounds really loud. Like it sounds like you're talking hella loud now.
My audio does?
Yeah.
I wonder what happened. Let me see here. It doesn't. Let's see. Bring my mic down. How's that? A little better?
A little better, yeah.
A little better now? Even better now? Okay. Let me know if it cuts out, though, because it shouldn't have done that. All right. Maybe that was just you. Maybe it's just your audio listening's too loud.
Yeah, my speaker's blasting you, and I was like, fuck.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to open this up.
Shout out to my staked Hexicans.
Okay, can you hear that?
Very lightly.
Okay, hold on a second.
If you share your screen, but just go into Chrome tab, you don't share the whole screen. You'll just share the actual page with the audio and everything.
I'm going to try and do that right now because it was just playing straight out of Twitter.
That way you don't have to click off any tabs that you don't want people to see. Those dirty, filthy tabs.
Why is it doing that? Why is it not pausing? There we go. All right, let's go share the screen real quick. Oh, we got some cutthroats in there hanging out. Hold on a second. Hold on, guys. I got to do something here. App.
Don't forget, you guys, hit the like button, you guys. Come on.
Come
Smash
on.
button.
Come on. Why is that not not the entire screen, bitch? Application. Chrome tab. There we go. And here comes all the cutthroats now. Hold on, guys. We're gonna do one. We're gonna do a little thing here, real quick. A little funny thing.
Funny thing. Economic slang. Okay, dude.
Can you hear it now?
What's up, everyone?
Yeah.
This is Corey the Investor.
Myself and investing. I've been through a lot. Been educated along the way. And I just want to inspire a little bit through the music, educate all more people into crypto, period. Now, without being financial advice, I believe in Hex, Bitcoin, Ethereum should be on your watch list for the next 5 years. And with that being said, let's talk about the highest appreciating
Oh, damn. I can already tell. God damn.
my word plays to educate the children around my way so they can get out the hood. No, I don't.
It was booming in my car today.
Education's critical in my life, pivotal. Could have been in jail or dead. Yeah, it's just that simple. But back to investing. Here, take some notes. Never go all in like jumping off a boat. Dollar cost averaging. Google that term so you can keep your shirt on, so you don't get burned. Now there's a risk to all investments. This you should know. You can take yearly profits and get ready to blow. In 5 years, 10 years, 15 years you hold. You can live off the interest. That's the part that gets sold. You'll reinvest your capital or the principal in this case. I'm feeding your brain cells. I said the Hexicans are loyal with the gang. You disrespect our clique. Haters keep talking. This about assets, interest. I said the Hexicans are loyal with the gang. You disrespect our clique. Haters keep talking. It's about assets and interest, economical slang. Now remember that Bitcoin was a penny a share. Well, Hex is now the same price that has made millionaires. This ain't financial advice, so let's be clear. But Hex did go up when the market was there. Now Hex is like a CD, you get paid per shares. You can swap your value through Uniswap, use the Hex e-pair. Don't forget to pay your taxes, cause it's only fair. They got Wire, Coinbase, Cash App, oh yeah. I said the Hexicans are loyal with the gang. You respect our clique. Haters keep talking. It's about assets and interest, economical slang. Now it's time to shout out some of the people within Hex. Others helped me in my crypto journey so I didn't get wrecked. So I'll start from the top. Okay, let me see. There's Richard Hart, Hexologist, Big Pepper, RG3. Got Huddle Dog, Jeff Kyle, Crypto Coffee, Silver and Maddie. Can't forget the Cat Desky. Dollar cost average, Kinetics and Motley. Freddie Quotes, Fire Bun, Steph and Gary. Got Dave Feeder, Karim and Hex Kong, Joe Hexotic, Hex Lion. Man, this is getting long. Let's shout out to Craig Grant and yes, Trayvon James. We're all content creators and should all be treated the same. I say that to say this, we're in this crypto matrix. It's us against them and we're about to go ape shit. We're the Hexican Space Force and we're blasting off this year. So Hexicans unite, cause we savages out here. I said the Hexicans are loyal with the gang. You disrespect our clique. Bang. Haters keep talking. This about assets and interest, economical slang. I said the Hexicans are loyal with the gang. You disrespect our clique. Bang. Haters keep talking. This about assets and interest, economical slang. It's gonna be a hot summer this year. You feel it? I can feel it.
Oh, that bass is sick, bro. God damn.
It was bad in the car, dude.
Bruh,
Stereo.
Alright. I'm doing a little fleet later today, man, on my car.
Remember, we early, right? That's right. We early. We gotta stick together, man. So, man, shout out to the BG. Shout out to the we got on the track. Man, there's nothing more to say, man. Become an execute. If not, you with the rest of them. So we out.
Oh, I would have dropped the beat one more time right there. Bom, 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 bom. That's sick, though. That was
Sick,
hella
huh?
cool. That's hella sick.
Great job, Isabella Fella.
Big shout out.
I just put the link to that in there.
And where?
I put the link to it in the chat rooms,
Okay, got it.
and it's in there too. All right. Well, the effing hangout is about to pop off because all the cutthroats are in here. What is the matter with all you? Look, what we got? Cutthroats only in here tonight. What's up, guys? What's up? This is your stream. New folks, come on in.
Shoo.
Don't be scared. We're friendly around here. We're friendly. All right, let's bring everybody up. We got Papa's here.
Ooh.
Big Joe. Gary the Man. This little punk ass bitch right here. And Matty Allen.
Hey.
You caught me so off guard.
Molly deserves it. He knows it.
That's right.
Hi,
Definitely
Maddie.
He fucking trolls me in my sleep, bro.
do.
Yo,
Yo,
Maddie.
I wake up with nightmares of him trolling me.
Cabana Crypto had his happy hour today, and we were on it, and Vince came with a bunch of Navy jokes. They were pretty good.
Vince came with Navy jokes.
He came with Navy jokes. They were pretty solid, actually.
Where the hell's Cabana at? I haven't seen him in a minute.
I think he just moved, so he's been busy setting up.
He's been doing some stuff on his stream too, man. He's setting up, bro. He's loaded for bear now because he was calling me about equipment that he bought. So Cabana, guys, watch Cabana's stream. He's getting ready to unleash the Hex content. Unleash on you guys.
I know Joe's been helping him with his audio.
If you don't follow Cabana Crypto, get over there and follow Cabana. He's got his act together over there.
Yeah.
Right on.
Thanks
What's
a lot
up,
for
Gary?
putting me up in the right hand corner. I'm the keeper of the logo, right? My bald head is like over the logo now. Look at this.
Let me fix
everyone.
that.
I was about to say,
Let me fix that for you, bro.
there, yeah,
Oh,
I know it's
there you
good.
go.
Looking perfect.
Yo, Joe, dude, what is that? What's that background right there? What is that, like the collider or something?
That
What
looks
is
like
that?
a
LHC.
fusion reactor.
Yeah, it's a large hadron collider. You're right, DC.
Okay.
Damn, freaking DC nailed it. A Hadron Collider.
There's
Wow.
like there's only one crazy ass thing that could be that crazy right there, and I was like, yeah, black hole creator, sir.
Maddie kicked me out of my house, so I come over here.
Yeah,
Trading
how'd
places.
that happen? What happened there?
Trading places.
Wanted to see what it would be like living in each other's world. So
Hey,
that's
right.
Hey, Joe, just come over here, man. Just come to this very unwise place.
Actually, that's actually in my other room. So
Oh, there we go.
Well, this is awkward.
It's funny, a lot of us had the same designer. That's crazy. The
You
same
and Dollar
person.
Cross moved in together, huh? I knew it.
Okay.
Maddie, you playing with something?
yeah,
All these guys got
Oh,
pianos.
Maddie.
Man, I gotta hear some music.
We're in Hex. Okay, this is the truth. We're in Hexo Rico right now. We've gotten paid out and stuff. We built. The same It's just we messed up and like did the same house.
Captain's
Whole
moving around
neighborhood.
his desk.
Moving my desk around. Look at that skull. Look how big that skull is. Where is it? Right there.
Itty bitty. Yeah, I don't know if your proportions are quite right, but that's okay.
No, we're working on that right now. He was like, "Oh my gosh, you look like a giant, and the skull's so small." So
It's a child. It's the last
we're gonna
child
work.
that crossed you.
That's messed up, man. Did you ever seen that meme with Anakin, and it's after he had wiped out all the kid Jedis, and it said,
Oh,
"Fuck
God.
those kids."
Jesus.
I want to see that meme. That's actually pretty good.
I said, fuck those kids.
Yep.
Nice, DC.
So they're about to retcon all the new Star Wars movies.
I hope they
Literally.
do.
About the what?
They're about to retcon all the new Star Wars movies.
What does that mean?
That means like they're gone. They didn't exist. It was like a figment of like it was just
Like try and make them go away.
Bad
No,
dream
what-
here.
Cancel culture? What do you mean? They're just going to delete it because it's
well,
Older.
no, they're explaining since like here we're about to go into some nerdy shit right here. Okay, so because Luke Skywalker came back, basically that changed the time or whatever that is with Ahsoka. So Ahsoka's going to go in between like the worlds and essentially stop Palpatine from like crossing into the future or whatever, and that stops that entire timeline. So
You
there's
were
little-
a full fucking geek
Yeah.
right there, bro.
I don't care. man. Star
no
Wars-
Vader or anything. None of that stuff, man. That's
No, that
No.
all happened. That they can't
Also-
change that stuff. It's right after that. It's when Palpatine dies. He goes into the world in between worlds, and essentially like kind of like passes his entity into the future, and then puts himself into that like Sith world or whatever.
Okay, so now
They say that
where
you
the
can't
fuck
squeeze
did you
blood
get
out of
this?
a turnip, but fucking Disney is squeezing blood out of Star Wars, right?
Disney
Just change all of the
killing it with
lines,
it, bro.
change all the history.
Disney ain't losing out here. Disney.
I mean,
wins.
Solo was good. The freaking Mandalorian is freaking killing it, man. That is
And
a
learn
badass show, man. I mean,
It's
they are.
Back to its roots.
I thought Disney was gonna like screw the fuck up out of Star Wars, but they've really done a good job. I gotta admit, they did a good job.
They got
I-
an OG fan to direct
DC.
it. That's the deal, right?
This is my level of security, you guys.
Security on your wallet. One Cheeto.
That's Cheeto level right there.
Yeah, man. Not so easy to be this cheesy.
Cheeto sec.
Cheeto sec.
That's your Cheeto sec.
It looks like a clog in a pipe.
Yeah.
If you got enough behind the door, then you don't have. It doesn't matter what's in front of it, right?
Right.
Papa, we know what you see there. We
Yes.
I'm gonna be like,
Oh,
I
boy.
can't do it.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
I was
look
about
at
to
the
say that's a
nerds
unit.
coming out. The nerds are coming out in the chat room now. You got them going, bud.
Oh yeah.
You got them fired up. Hey, we got a new Hexagon showing up now.
Woo.
Hold on one second, folks. Let's bring up our new Hexagon here. Hold on a second. This is everybody. It's Pat.
Which
Well,
Pat?
What's
Hey,
up,
Pat.
Pat?
He's like,
Yo,
oh my
what's going
god,
on,
I'm
boys?"
freaking on this damn thing. What am I doing here? I
Go,
did
brother.
it. I shouldn't have hit the button.
He's public now. He's known.
Nah, he's good.
What's happening, Pat? Let us know who you are, bud.
That's it.
Sounds off.
Yo, I'm Pat. I know Motley and Vesser we was in the Navy together. So, I mean, that's about it. I'm in Texas now. I'm just recruiting still in the Navy. It's not too bad. But, yeah, Texas is where it's
Well,
at.
that was brave of you to admit that. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
I got a bad rep in here if you couldn't tell.
Yeah, Pat, you got to be careful with who you associate with.
He's a Marine, so don't listen too much to him. Don't give him too much credit.
That's right. Hey, both my parents are Marines, so
There you go.
hit me up. We're good. I can handle it.
All right. Well, where at in Motley did you come from?
What's that?
Are you can you hear us or what?
Yeah, I didn't even
Yeah, I
understand
do.
what you said, RG. Sorry.
Well, I would like to just to welcome you to the Discord Syndicate. Congratulations. Welcome to Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory. You have the golden ticket here. And welcome to Hex.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I
Congratulations.
got this preloaded.
Oh, dude, I just joked. I got him for days, bro.
He's going with the hard
Appreciate
line.
it. Appreciate it.
He's giving up on the Bluetooth pods. He's going to go with the hard line now.
It's usually the way to go. His connection looks like crap though.
Yeah.
Bro, we
Yeah,
gotta upgrade
he's on
your
cell phone.
upgrade your internet.
Looks like a cell phone.
This might
broadcast.
work a little better.
Yeah, we can hear you better.
I'm surprised no one said Navy Internet.
Bro, the Bluetooth crashed right now.
It would be worse than this.
In-laws'
Trust
house.
For real?
Oh yeah, on the ship.
Like,
Yeah,
hell of it.
the internet on the ship was trash.
Oh, really? Oh, fuck. The Air Force steal it?
No.
Oh, so bad.
That's better.
Yeah. So tell where how you got introduced. Was it?
God damn it, Gary.
I was like, man,
You scared him off.
It's like, that's it. I'm out of here. Who the hell is that?
No,
Oh,
he's a really cool dude. Much cooler than me, but that's obviously not hard. But,
That's a low fucking bar right there.
yeah,
Marlon.
super low. But he came in pretty large. I'll let him disclose if he wants to. But
Damn.
yeah, he came in pretty hot into Hex.
Nice. How long ago?
A week or two ago.
Nice.
So it's dipping right now, but he's all about it.
Tom,
Full
man.
blown Hex.
I know it's like
Dude,
whenever you get your
I'm
best
telling you.
bro in is when it dips. That's
Yeah.
never fails.
Get your
It's like,
boy in. It's like,
bro, I got you. I'm
and
taking care of you, man.
20%
Let's
dip.
boom
Same
in
thing.
the tank. In the tank.
Never fails.
I got my best friend in, and like that week, like you said, right after is what big dip. After I'd been hyping and talking about, I was like, man, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's on a trajectory. And he's like, hey, man, I just looked. We onboarded yesterday. This shit ain't going where I want. I was like, give it a couple of days. And then
That's all right. As long as you explain Hex well, they'll understand what the opportunity is still.
Yeah, but I feel like this is the calm before the not just a rise, but like a impressive rise over a long time, because between Staker happening, all the other things that are kind of coming together, I think the next couple of months are really going to be exciting.
For sure. No one else was gonna say anything.
Oh, there's
Fine,
Pat.
I'll buy your shares. Oh,
You back, Pat?
Trying to.
There you go.
Your
All right.
connection looks better.
Yep.
I'll take it. Yeah.
So
I
this is
killed the
this is
Wi-Fi.
this is
Okay.
what we call the this is called the Hexagon Buddy Dip. Whenever we get one of our buddies to buy in like a substantial amount, it dips. It always happens like that because we plan it that way. We want to make you
yeah.
sweat
It's
a
a
little bit
test.
first.
It's a
Oh,
test.
I'm definitely sweating. But at the end of the day, I'm like, you know what? There's only so much I can sweat before we're good. We're good.
Well, in your
I've made
state
plenty
too,
more
right?
mistakes than this. But that's the whole thing, like,
Yeah.
there's no point in sweating if like nothing. I can't change nothing about it. We good.
His first
mean-
state doesn't come out for a year, so.
That's
Yeah, I mean, I'm only down 30%, 35%.
I'm freaking what a buddy,
Hashtag-
man.
yeah, if you're
Yeah, I
out,
can hook you up.
out at least a year, you're 20%
Thanks, bro. Thanks,
up.
bro, for getting me into crypto.
Easy.
That's probably
Hey, I'm like, hey, there we go. Motley setting me up for success. Shit.
And then those fees too. Wasn't all those fees nice? That was awesome.
Yeah,
Getting
those ain't too bad. I ain't tripping. It was probably
We-
like,
We did his ladder on
Yeah,
a
the
good day. What was it?
30%.
Was it like late Saturday night or Sunday night? Something like that.
yeah, it was it was Friday night. Yeah, it was Friday
Friday
night
night.
last week.
Fees were low, so
Yeah. Fees were like $9. So I was like, all right, easy day. Spend more on a weekend at a bar, so
it's true.
There you go.
rather spend it setting myself up for success. So
Had you been following any other investment stuff? I know Motley talks about real estate and other things. Have you followed those footsteps?
So I used to do like a lot in that other market, like the regular stock market. I had like a brokerage, and then I also did my own stocks, and especially like when the market dipped, like I actually made like 80% with doing my own stocks. Like I'm not gonna say I'm good. I think I just got really lucky for like 6 months. So that's why when this opportunity came up, I was like, all right, because I was not going to do the same thing this year. It's like, it's time to make a change. So I've been into stocks and stuff for like, I don't know, 3-4 years now.
okay.
Looking for the next like big opportunity. Cause like, I don't know, I can always like have my money in investments and like long-term locked up for a while and like have like a decent, be set up for success down the road. But I'm like, yo, that shit's trash. Like, I'm trying to win now. Like, I'm good for like long-term investment, but like we can do better than that. Yeah. I'll chase the money as long as I can. It's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody else catch Joe and Randy's talk today? I thought that was pretty good,
Yeah.
especially at the end of it, because Randy has such a seasoned experience of seeing both sides of the promotion of a coin, the actual performance of a coin, the founders, and all this other thing on the backside, because he has been part of the marketing world for a long time. And then being in Anarchipelago, or whatever they call it, anarchy kind of thing, that all that stuff that they do down in Central America, or wherever they go. But I thought that the talk he did on Joe Exotic, I saw the last bit of it, and I thought that was really useful from his experience base.
Yeah, it was awesome to hear how Randy like contrasts his experience in Hex to the experiences that he's had before in other coins, and he really sees the long-term value. And he's like me when we're making a long-term stake, then we kind of cringe, and tense up and like feel really bad, and because we know that the money's gone for a while, but that we're doing the right thing. So.
Yeah, he was telling that story again because of watching for the cycles, not just one or two. Like some people, maybe they're brand new to crypto altogether. Some people have gone through, 2017 until now. Others, maybe I think he started in like 13 or 14. But seeing that kind of play out, that blow off top and all the accumulation and things like that, I thought it was really useful information he shared. And he did say what you already commented about was right before he made before big payday, the cycle and the anticipation and, the buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing that always, basically the trend in the past had worked because people are programmed that that's what's going to work. He had that cringe. He's like, should I lock it? Should I lock it? And then he did. And I thought it was great commentary. So anybody that gets a chance to see at least that part of it was really good. I think that's
I think the most salient point was that he ran a website about dating Panamanian women. That's all I took in my notes.
That was the most pertinent point you got out of it. It was Panamanian women.
I've got that in my notes right here. Yeah, got it.
And the game changes at some point in Hex where trading doesn't work anymore, and you end up doing worse. And we don't know when that point is. So it's easy to look back on the big payday and say, oh, I could have done a different strategy. But at some point, that strategy becomes not only just losing, but losing really bad. And so
you also, if you look at the history of Bitcoin, and again, we've heard this narrative or this point made by Richard frequently, the $30 top, he helped make the $30 top. That meant that one individual, no matter if it was little or small money or big money, that one individual was affecting the total price of Bitcoin. One individual, one person. Now it takes institutions, billions of dollars moving in order to have some kind of volatility. If you want to talk about a sudden spike, you can have trends up and trends down. But you want to actually say, I saw the change on the chart because I did that thing right there. Richard did that. He did that in Bitcoin right at the $30 point. Way back when. So there's still people that have relatively, I want to say too small, but relatively small amounts of capital can still affect temporarily the chart of Hex, temporarily, just like Bitcoin could temporarily be affected. There's something that you guys already know because you're silver and gold people as well, that the Hunt brothers we talked about earlier, you guys are saying trading spaces or trading places, that Eddie Murphy movie. That's based on the Hunt brothers, which basically cornered the silver market. And that ramped up the price of the silver market, and the government didn't like that because they were cornering, a competition of fiat as well in the 80s. So that movie that you guys were just switched places, the Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd movie, that's about the Hunt brothers. And the same sort of thing. Two guys affected all of the silver price in the world. Two guys. One guy, which was Richard Hart, affected all of the Bitcoin price and helped make that top. And then it went down. And then he held through it until it's been, 35, 40,000 or whatever it's been recently. So when you're making a stake and you're thinking about a 1 year, 2 year, 10-year commitment, you are impacting the price because there's never been an economic lock that you couldn't get out of as far as how Hex operates and rewards you for actual following through on your promise, right? Your digital promise. So I think it's very interesting. This is an amazing process. It's amazing to see people figure it out, even if they've been in for 6 months or a year or 2 years or 10 years, they still figure out new things about Hex.
Yeah.
Nobody?
We got
you guys
8
are all
guys in here.
I'm like, what the hell, man? It's like all zombies. What is going on?
So there was a double spend, and I was gonna post. I took some clips of Andreas Antonopoulos. He was live streaming the same day, and he was fumbling, and he couldn't figure out how to share his screen, and he kept like saying, "What, I don't have my production team with me." And this is the guy who wrote programming Bitcoin, or mastering Bitcoin, mastering Ethereum. Like I've learned so much from the guy, but it was really weird to see him like off of his game and not be able to do what we're all doing here.
Yeah,
Shit. I'm like that all the time. What are you talking about?
It was bad. I would have felt like really mean if I had posted it on Twitter.
But one of the claims to fame for Andreas being an authority is his 20-something years of quote-unquote computer expert knowledge, right? Whatever he had built before stopping from one thing, learning about Bitcoin, going through that whole process of being an authority in the space, But again, it's like this, even though I fit in that group, the boomer idea of like, people always get kind of this stereotype. They're like, oh, they can't figure it out. Must be a boomer. Fuck, just put your mind to it and you can figure it out. Just some people don't,
Yeah, he licks a mean hammer too.
No.
Yeah, a double spend though, Maddie, right? That was all just explained away pretty easily.
Yeah, so it was a situation where there were 2 nodes basically that had picked up the same answer. And we all deal with Ethereum, and so we've all probably experienced that situation before where you go to look to see if your transaction went through and it got stuck somewhere, and so you have to reset somehow. And so because Ethereum, like, it operates so much quicker than Bitcoin, and Ethereum has a block every 10 seconds or so, compared to Bitcoin having one every 10 minutes. Bitcoin is less likely to do that, and so the users are less likely to understand what it means when it happens. And so Andreas was like taking an hour and a half to explain basically just that there was mining happening, and 2 miners got the same answer at the same time, and they broadcast what had happened. They broadcast that they got the right answer for the chain, and so the chain split into 2 chains temporarily, and normally it only gets 1 block off or 2. Being 3 blocks off is like happening only once every few years, and being 5 blocks off is like once in every 1,000 years. And so this is all written in the Bitcoin white paper, and so Andreas was explaining all this, and so it was just interesting to see him like be fumbling around and like not doing a very good job. It kind of makes it seem like he was just early to Bitcoin, and he kind of isn't doing a good job of representing it for some reason now. But I think overall, like, those of us who've been in the space long enough, like, we've learned from him. So that's useful until it's not useful, because he refuses to oh wow. He refuses to look at Hex.
Oh wow.
Oh my goodness.
Except in this picture.
Yeah, he sent that over to me, so I just wanted to share.
Yeah.
Well, he's the speaker of old again. If you think about, it's 8 years, I guess, as far as the build of his influence or whatever it's been. And then more recently, the people that are quote unquote authorities, or at least go on television and things like that, are like Anthony Pompliano. How do you say it?
Pompliano.
And I did see that Hexo, was it Hexo or somebody had commented, or maybe it was Richard had commented because Pomp was making some commentary on Twitter that was counter, real cypherpunk, real principles of crypto stuff. Because I think he was pumping like cred, or he's pumping some kind of CeFi kind of thing. I can't remember what it was. It was just like a few days ago.
Yeah, Pomp is terrible because he's a holder of BlockFi. He's on the board, and so he encourages people who get into crypto to send their keys to this exchange, to this place where they can earn 7% interest. Ooh.
And that's exactly what Richard was calling him on. Again, when you talk about treat speed, you say, I want this person to help influence the benefit my project or educate my audience. But Richard never really takes that bait. There's a lot of people that have influence in this space. You might say, well, maybe I should spend $4 million to go talk to Buffett, because Buffett's going to, somehow bring more people to this market or to this side of the fence. It's not true, So always speaking truth to power, I think, is the integrity road. It's a harder road, but I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
While we're on the subject of FUD, I woke up this morning a bit depressed because last night I'd been considering this new predicament that we may be in with Yellen. Have you guys heard anything about the taxation of unrealized capital gains?
I dare not dream about it.
Yeah.
Unrealized capital gains. So does that mean that when your house equity went up, you should be taxed on it?
Well, that's the thing. We don't know if it's going to be specifically in our industry or it's going to be across the board. It seems like it should be across the board, right? If your house goes up
across the board, we're such a small percentage of the amount of money that taxes are needed. It will be across the board somehow. It won't be just one niche.
California does that already to your home.
I believe my state does it to your property also.
Really? Really?
I believe so. Yeah.
Stocks and bonds as well? And what about 401k?
No,
not that.
No.
Well, how are they going to do that to a 401k if it's pre-tax?
Well, it's tax deferred, right?
It's pre-tax, tax deferred, yes.
Okay, so then it could receive a notable gain on an end of year statement, and perhaps that could be taken as well. Who knows? I mean, does anybody have any real understanding of this? Because I'm just picking it up and
I didn't hear that. I've been looking.
My
at
understanding is you should move to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, because who knows when that might go away.
You should get grandfathered. It's a governmental decree. As long as Puerto Rico has its sovereign power, which it's had for 110 years,
but they're talking
then it's a 20-year long initial decree with the option to extend it 10 more years. So once you get it, you've got it for effectively 30 years.
All right. What if I like to live in America?
You can live in America. You just do it 5 months of the year instead of 12. You are in America.
I thought it was
You're just not stateside.
I thought it was like 6 months. 6 months.
It's 183 days. If you think of 1 year, the initial year, it should be 183 days. That's because you're probably going to have realized gains because you're basically setting your basis a second time. But if you take 3 years and you average 181 middle of the year, 181 and 183, but I think it's 183. So if you take 183 times 3, because it's 3 years, whatever that number is, 5 something, you can front load it and you can say, oh, I'll spend a year and a half in Puerto Rico. And then a year and a half, I'll be somewhere else during that 3-year window. So it's a moving window and you have to average 183. That's one of the closer connection tests. However, if you go through an audit and they say, hey, you made $10 million, don't you owe us like 4 or 5 or 8 of that? Give us that money. If you go through an audit, if your neighbors and everyone that they ask about you says, where do they live? And they say, oh, this guy's always in California. Yeah, I think he does a Puerto Rico thing for a couple of weeks and he Airbnbs his place out. You're going to fail. You're going to fail the test. So basically, it's a closer connection test. And at least on documentation, all the stuff that we do as Act 20 people is we have a credit card, we have a company. We want to go to dinner. You make sure you pay with a credit card. You want to have a cell phone. It's going to show the cell phone tower that you made a text from. You're going to have documentation when you actually comply with the intention of the law. The intention of the law is for Puerto Rico to get 4% more revenue than it got. And it's getting that from people that migrate here or businesses that migrate here and comply with a residency test because you're going to spend that money at the local restaurant. You're going to You're going to buy the local real estate. You're going to host, people as tourists to the Airbnb or to the bed and breakfast you set up. So there's all kinds of reasons that they want you to bring new capital to the island. And I've been looking, I mean, honestly, I've got a couple of deals in the works right now, $1.3 million 8-plex that I'm looking at right now with partners. And they will qualify as Act 20 people. They will go through the whole process. They'll have a share of the LLC that owns the company or owns the property. So there's not a better opportunity. When people talk about saving on their state tax because they're moved from California to Nevada, okay, you're going to save some percentage because your state isn't going to get you, but you're really missing the ball. You're missing out on the real opportunities.
Soon, Jim. Soon, I will be there.
Lacoste, what was your concern about that comment? By the way, you started speaking and I didn't hear that.
About what Yellen?
Yeah.
If she went through with that, it's probably not good for her.
No.
So all I'm saying is like, because in order for the tax base to be big enough, they'd have to go after real estate, equities, people using Robinhood, and then crypto. I mean, which is like stupid, And you want to tank the economy? I mean, go ahead, have fun. The same thing too. I heard the Democrats also talking about getting rid of like 1031 exchange for real estate, which is like what?
That would be awful.
What?
The easiest thing to do if they ever got to it is to default. Detroit defaulted, Stockton, California defaulted. There's all kinds of there's states that have come very close to default, whole states. So again, if they want flight of capital, then they attack stock gains, right? Because people will fly from those. They'll find other places that they can put their money in, other jurisdictions, other countries. So the people that have real means that can make any kind of real impact on government spending, they will fly. Elon Musk leaves states. Joe Rogan leaves the state. Valuetainment guy Pat leaves the state. So when you see flight of capital, and that means that innovation leaves as well. Yep. So if you want to see what happened, look at Detroit. Detroit's history tells you what happens when capitalists leave an area because either taxation, labor costs, whatever the reason is. You see a city that's left behind with no innovators.
Right.
I'm not saying that people that don't have means don't have innovation. Actually, the people without means in the right environment will find opportunity, and they will change their entire arc of their life of them and their families. Henry Ford was not a rich man when he started Ford, So there's all kinds of opportunity when you have a good environment for it.
Mm-hmm. Good.
That's. I mean, yeah. Damn. I mean, it's true, man. But these. I don't know what the hell these guys. I mean, I'm surprised we haven't done like a debt jubilee, not for the public debt, but in terms of like state and like small cities or counties or whatever, just like a debt jubilee and stuff, just debt that's owed between each other. Because there's a lot of like kind of like this clusterfuck where like they're essentially borrowing from each other in a way. So they owe debt to this city, to that city, but they do it through funds and everything. So the main fund they owe money to is actually mostly owned by like, let's just say as an example, Mississippi and like Arizona or something. And in California owes a lot of money to them, but it's really convoluted. But I'm surprised. People would take a haircut or they lose it all right there in terms of the cities. But if we just cleared a lot of that state debt right there, that would actually help a lot of people out, or at least spur more spending and stuff. And then they just get themselves back into debt. But it'd be a sweet 15 years.
If we can get all the major players in HEX to be in a better tax situation, then every 15 years, that would be a significant amount of capital that could stay in the system.
Maddie, I'm so sorry. Can you say that again? I'm so sorry.
If we got all the big players in HEX to have a better tax situation, then that would be good for everybody else's banks too.
Oh, no, definitely. Yeah, you could play more long-term games. Yeah, you wouldn't have to.
But more people were, again, if you're in a better tax situation, it means you have to sell less HEX. It's actually a pumpamental for you to be in a better tax structure.
Definitely.
Is staking going to defer the inevitable taxable event? Honestly.
Yes, it does.
No, it does now, but I'm saying because it's unrealized. Actually, we cling on to the idea that the HEX does not exist once it's staked. So it gets staked and you're given a T share. So T share itself truly has no monetary value. It's a share of rewards that are minted by you upon the
They
completion.
aren't
of
even
the
minted
term.
at that point.
Correct.
They're just an algorithm out in ether, you know,
Right.
no pun intended, but it's an algorithm out in the ether. And they don't even get calculated until your stake ends. When your stake ends and you unstake it, then it's all calculated and the gains are realized at that point. So any accumulation of gains before then is just basically your algorithm that you see on Staker app or Staker or the staking tool, I mean. And really, that doesn't even exist yet until those shares are pulled out.
So it's very similar to having an option. If you're hired on a place and they say they have a stock option for you, it's not realized because you might not complete the requirement to get vested and basically awarded your option. What if it says it's a 4-year option, but you only go a year into being employed and you're fired? You don't get shit. You're not getting taxed on anything. You didn't pay anything.
I have issue about that. In 1999, I was in Silicon Valley. I'm sure that some of you were as well. There was a big scare, huge problem, is that the options were considered to be compensation, and everyone was just hunting for any way to show a loss for the year, and a lot of people lost a lot of money. Do you remember that, Gary? That dark year of 1999.
Dark year.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad news.
In 99, I don't think I was in Silicon Valley then. I came in 2007.
Yeah, people were holding.
Back then I was in Florida.
I was just working my ass off at that point, so I didn't have any capital gains.
I was watching Power Rangers.
You want to know
Dragon
something? Here's something funny. I looked at I haven't logged into my
I was still in the Navy.
my Steam account in a long time, my gaming account. And I pulled up this new computer, and for some reason my daughter had Steam on here. So I pulled up my account. I got a 17-year badge for a freaking video game platform.
Damn.
I joined them in like 2003 or something like that.
That's crypto related though, isn't it? Somehow, I think Randy mentioned
that's a different Steam.
Okay.
This was Steam, the gaming platform, which was I forget the name. I don't think it's Bethesda. Yeah. I can't remember the name of the company.
It was a very good game. I can't remember what it was. It was something back then.
Counter-Strike was on that platform. So Counter-Strike, Gary's Mod, Half-Life, all those.
Yeah, Half-Life. That's one I used to play. Half-Life.
Yeah, Valve. That's it. Valve. Thanks.
When Half-Life 3.
Thanks. The real Nermoria. The real no more. Gosh, you guys and your names, man. So 17 years aged the shit out of me on a video game. God damn it.
Definitely. Dude, when the Hexagons is balling, man, we can just put a bunch of money into a super PAC and just start funding these politicians.
Hey, you know what? I'll tell you what. Don't think that all that stuff's not going to be under attack now. That's gonna all of that stuff, that money. That dark money is going to start being hunted down and looked for. I'm starting to hear anyway, I ain't even going to get into that. But yeah, that's a rabbit hole. Whatever.
It's only a matter of time.
I'm not going there.
Doesn't
On
matter.
a lighter note,
It doesn't matter who's in the office.
Bagsy lost all of his funds where there were 125x leverage. Did you guys see that on Twitter?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Wait, what happened?
You know Bagsy?
Yeah.
He was trading with leverage, and he kept increasing the leverage more and more, and he did this one particular trade that was 125x leverage, and he lost everything that he made since 2017.
No way.
Wrecked.
So he says it could be baiting.
I think it's baiting. I'd be very surprised if it wasn't bait. I'd be very surprised.
Fuck, that sucked. Well, why would you go to 120? I mean, that's retarded.
That has to be bait. I'd be very surprised if it wasn't.
The reason that's bait too is because you typically, right? If you're on a platform, a lot of these scammy ass exchanges. Let's just say you have, as an example, I know this isn't correct, but just to imagine you had your MetaMask connected to something like a Bybit, and you had a trade, and you just moved over a little bit of your ETH over to that, and you lost it. Well, you can get wicked so bad out because your wallet's connected to that exchange, they could grab the ETH out of your wallet. In a way. Yeah. So the way you're supposed to do it is like separate wallet, and you move exactly whatever you're willing to lose on that trade. So if that is true, he had all his money on that wallet ready to trade it all. So he basically won an all-in play. So it's his fucking fault if that happened. That's crazy, dude. That's insane. That means like he has all his cold storage money and everything else in there.
Yeah, I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Well,
yeah.
why did crypto wick down whenever the dip happened due to the virus? It wicked down exactly down to the lowest point, right? 3,800 to close out all those positions and just take all the money on the table and then start the bull run, right?
Weird. It's like manipulation or something.
Yeah. Well, that's what Arthur Hayes got arrested for, right? Or is he still on the run?
Oh, he's still on the run, man. Shit, you can't catch that boy.
Oh boy.
You can't catch him, man. I think his last photo was him out hiking in the middle of nowhere or something.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think was it Richard says, "Catch me if you can."
Yeah.
Has anybody heard anything at all about McAfee? I know he's in jail or something, but has there been any leak out about his?
Yeah, he had a phone.
Happy, man.
He had a phone in jail or something for a minute, and like he was like posting stuff on Twitter.
Was that his wife?
His old lady said he ain't
him?
doing good. She said he ain't doing good. He's not healthy.
He was already in kind of bad health, I think,
Yeah.
and doing all that stuff when he was doing around Dominican Republic, and he was on that boat or whatever on the run.
Yeah.
What prison is he in right now? Like where? Where in the world?
Is he in? No, it's not. No. Where the hell is he?
It's like
Spain, wasn't it?
It's not like a real prison.
I don't remember where he got picked up at.
Is there a bounty to break him out? And
Was
is
he in
the bounty
Spain?
paid in hex?
I think Spain.
I think he's in Spain. I think he's in. What's that one starts with a B? Barcelona or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Bliss Bass Fight. No, man, I broke that on.
But he's
Googling it.
too old to be in.
Got arrested in Spain.
Spain. Okay.
He's getting really sick of IAS right now.
I don't think he got deported yet.
He made it sound like he was getting protection from the U.S. government for a while, like because he knew so much stuff, and so he could trot around the globe and do whatever he wanted. And I guess it caught up to him.
Yeah. Well, he was on the lam for a while there.
Yeah. I mean, he was getting a lot of money for just tweets. Wasn't it like 40 grand per tweet or something? Just to tweet out a project?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, back when all that shit was going down, when the pumps were happening. Yeah. I remember that.
But it was guaranteed money. There's people that had alerts, and if you had an alert and he made a tweet, if you were fast enough, you at least 3x your money, whatever you put in.
He pumped Verge. He pumped Verge when it was doing that Pornhub thing. That was Uncle John.
Yeah.
What was that?
Thank you, Uncle John. Thank you.
He was promoting another privacy coin back in 2017. I can't remember the hell.
What happened to his? Remember his little one that he just launched?
It evaporated.
Nuked.
Blamed it on the
he keistered it on the way in the joint there.
I bought some other ICO that he had in 2017. I forgot the name of it now, but it was some other thing he was promoting that supposedly he was part of.
Slaver.
Yeah, it was something like that. Start with I still have a bag of some shit. I think it's like $50 now or something. $20. I don't know.
Wasn't it that the God Whale came into Hex 2 days after John McAfee did his stream with Hexa?
No idea on the timeline.
Damn, Maddie, you blew my mind with that. What?
2 days after.
2 days after Hexo's stream, when McAfee.
2 days after Hexo's stream, the Godwell appeared. Is that what you just said?
I think so.
So you're saying McAfee might have a giant stake that'll
McAfee had a good time. That was funny.
Or somebody who follows McAfee. He's got 1 million followers just on Twitter, right?
Yeah. It blew Hexo's channel up. I mean, we were like sub 1,000, and then it just boom. He went over like 2,500 right there just from McAfee.
McAfee pump.
Beautiful.
McAfee pump. It was right after he hit 1,000 because McAfee wouldn't do anybody with under 1,000.
Yeah.
So he went on Hexo's show, and then boom, it went to like 20-something hundred.
Just
years.
remember,
Has lived a pirate life. You want to talk about a pirate show? McAfee's life has been a pirate show from start to end.
Yep. He's a fucking pirate. That's the old
Cocaine on the hookers' asses and stuff, and all this stuff, all this gunplay that he was doing on his compound.
Built that giant compound. Yeah.
didn't he kill some dude? Allegedly.
Allegedly, his neighbor for.
It's a very strong allegedly, though.
Yeah. I think someone killed a dog or something like that. They killed his dog and
was poisoned. Yeah.
Was poisoned, and then a week later, the neighbor ends up freaking shot in his living room.
Yeah.
His next door neighbor.
And they
I don't know
take off.
what.
Yeah.
Watch it was the maid.
He had like a compound out there where he was before. I mean, like straight up freaking compound.
Like sniper towers and guards and
guards and sniper towers and armed personnel and freaking backs of pickup trucks running around on his compound.
Yeah, I think he said he dropped like 20 mil on it or something crazy.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So we can see our future.
See, that's what happens when crazy guys get money. Oh.
He's taking some pretty heavy duty research chemicals.
We got a new Hexagon jumping in here. Hold on a second. Let me see who that is. Oh, wait a second. Who is that? This is Chili Fly.
Chili Fly.
Hey.
What's happening, bud?
Yeah, not too bad. Can you guys hear me fine?
We can hear you. Let us know who you are and where the hell you came from.
Well, I've been in a long time Hexagon since day one. I did a little bit of the FOMO on day one. Little bit kind of dollar costed in as I went on. So I'm kind of a happy dolphin right now, and I'm glad to be here. I'm a little nervous. Well, let's say I'm trying to
on
better
your way
my
to Sharkdom. Is that what you're telling us?
Trying to. A little bit nervous. I've never done anything like this, so it's my first time. And
what are you
figured
doing?
I'd just join. Well, just nervous coming on stream,
stream. I thought you might have had something going on underneath the desk there.
No.
Performance anxiety.
I was getting a little nervous myself. I'm like, what are you doing?
No, but I've been following you guys for a while, and I figured I just need to get a little bit of the cojones and just join in and see how it goes, and whatnot.
Oh, nice. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
So day one FOMO job, running around following Hex the whole time, staked out like everybody else, right?
Well, I wish I followed some of you guys' early advice where I would kind of end some of my early stakes and just push it way back. But I don't know, like I've always kind of wanted to live my life when I'm a little bit younger. So if I have some money, just kind of spend it as it is. But like you guys, well, I'm 35, so still young, So
great places. I'll take your place. Great gauges.
And I'd kill a family member somewhere for 35, buddy. I mean, come on. But that is young. That is young.
Young guy.
Doing quite well. I mean, I'm successful outside of in my normal everyday life. So I figured jump into the crypto space. I've been in ever since 2017, the boom. My brother kind of gave me the itch and started mining Ethereum and putting my own computers and stuff together for that, because I've been building them ever since I was a little kid, playing computer games nonstop. Nice. So just trying to better myself. Obviously I've got a lot of things to do to get there, but I really need to thank some of the community, right? Like I'm a little bit addicted to kind of watching you guys and that's good. Just a lot of thanks to all of you. It's kind of just bringing some stability and whatnot. And Maddie, man, you do a lot of good for this community ever since you've joined, I must admit.
Thank you.
Somebody had to come in here and fix my head.
Yeah. But you know who my favorite is, and I'll be honest, it's a little bit weird, but Motley, you're my favorite.
God.
The comments.
Got a bro crush.
Bring it back on. Come on.
No, I like the grit you bring, right? Like just the humor and stuff, man. So I just relate a little bit to that.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
that. Yeah, man, happy to be here. And ever since I started listening to Richard, my brother kind of sent me some of his links. I've always thought I've been a really good judge of character in my lifetime, and I don't know what it is, but he just says the right things. Even if you don't invest in Hex, just listen to him, what he has to say about crypto, and you can learn a bunch. Like, so when I read like all the Twitter and stuff bashing him, I'm just like, what the heck are these people doing? Like, you don't even have to invest in Hex to just learn, right?
Yeah.
And it baffles my mind, like just seeing the people investing in just absolute garbage. And I'm just happy to be here for that reason, you know, and hopefully one day, you know, none of us know whether it'll actually go. Like, we can't predict that it'll be there, but we're definitely foreseeing that this community is bringing a lot of good content together, a lot of good people, and it should go there, right? Like, so we'll see, right?
Yep.
See, the thing is, if it wasn't his project, if he hadn't built it, if he came into a community after someone built something Hex, like like he did with Satoshi, right? The principles of cypherpunk, those principles, he lauded those for a long time, right? But that world reality changed. That execution of the code changed. And Bitcoin isn't what Bitcoin started as. So it's like you just said, Twitter people may bash Richard for whatever reason, but they don't speak to the logic, because the logic is true. I mean, everything that he says is a truth statement. And if he was just basically coming into something as an outsider and now I'm part of this, I'm going to learn about it, they would listen to him. They'd be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. But because he's like the starting of their competition, he's the direct competition to their bag, they just discount it altogether without even looking at the logic.
Exactly. Well, I think everybody's just, like you said, everybody's mentioned it before, everybody's just protecting their own bag, so they're gonna fluff whatever they're holding. But this goes beyond crypto, right? This goes into the real world. Tesla, Amazon. You're just, like Richard says, people, if the price goes up, people buy, you know, more than they sell. Plain and simple. There's nothing more to it, and they just need to understand that that's in the crypto world too.
Yeah, more so, because we expect it, you know, in 3 days. We don't expect it over, you know, 3 years to see your ROI. You know, a lot of people in stock, they're happy enough at 7%, you know, keeping even with inflation, just a little bit of an advantage. So our time horizons are so much shorter, and we are conditioned to look for the pump and then the massive collapse, and then the pump and then the massive collapse. We're conditioned for that.
Hey, Chili, pull your mic away a little. You got that wind nose thing going.
Oh, sorry. Well, I think it's more than just that. It's probably I'm a little heavier set, you know. That's something I need to work on.
Do the ski cat challenge with Hexo.
Yeah, you know what? Like today or the last couple of days, I've always been telling myself I drink. You know, I drink quite a bit, and enjoy my my marijuana as well, quite a lot. So I think today is the first day I've kind of told myself I'm going to go dry for a month just to see how it goes, because I think it's just better for me. I love smoking marijuana, but I get to this like creative mindset and I start thinking about things, and then like I watch Hex videos and I think Richard's just an absolute genius, and then I think of these crazy things, but then like I'm not productive in any way whatsoever, and I just like go to the pantry, grab my bag of chips, and just
so here's what I've realized. The pirate doesn't drink anymore, but what I realized was that you know, whenever you do a drug or drink or any of that stuff, it enhances a piece of you, but not the whole thing. And what happens is it just sends you into failure. Like you said, the creative juice is going, but you can't move your hands or you get up off the couch or off your ass to get anything going, right?
So what good
Same
is it?
thing. like alcohol gives you all this bravery, but if you couldn't save your ass if you wanted to, because you can get your ass beat or whatever, you know what I mean? There's just it enhances this little piece of you, but it never goes all the way. So in sobriety, you can really, if you try, if you really sit down and try or silence yourself and concentrate on what it is that you want, you're looking for, your vision, then the universe is obligated to answer you to your abilities. And that's what happens. And you'll find that you really can tap into that creativity in a sober state. It's there. It's there. It's you. You just, you know, artificially brought it to be, and there's nothing to do with it, because it's just like it's like it doesn't work unless you have that know-it-all to actually tap into it in the right way, so that you have all the rest of your wits to you. You know, so right on. Good for you.
On it day by day, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I guess.
Why caffeine is the key.
Yeah, I'm addicted to caffeine for sure.
All hail the coffee.
Well, one thing I find I'm addicted to is as much as like Hex kind of gives you that patience and you want to better yourself and etc. I'm so addicted to looking at Staker and just crypto prices. Like it's nuts, man. Like it's an addiction in itself. So Maddie, like we need some help, man.
Can't say anything yet.
That's
but
a good addiction.
Steph and Firebud, you guys are
Yeah.
fucking rock,
close.
man. You guys rock. You guys
It's
rock.
close.
Yeah. So anyway, just had to say that. But yeah, I'm addicted to it too. I'm actually staring at it right now. We're getting the DS pump is in, guys. By the way, the DS pump is
Nice.
in.
Yes, pump is-
Since it's like me and DC were talking about this before the show earlier. It's like every time we start the show, it's like it starts pumping a little, and all through the
That's
show,
what
it
I
pumps, and
need.
then so you could
Sorry,
almost
Pat.
trade. You could almost trade on coming on.
It's all right. It's all right.
And Maddie and I dumped the price on
Yo,
Thursday
it's
night.
like-
We were just talking last night.
Yeah,
Wow.
We could dump
we
it.
did an
you guys
episode about
dump it.
FUD.
Can somebody dump the gas fees, please, so I can stake?
Shit, man.
Probably not going to happen.
I know, right?
Shit.
I mean, Maddie, we were doing this on New Year's Eve, I think, at the same time, and I was getting like $2.50 per
Oh
stake.
yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
now the lowest I've seen is like $7.25.
Damn.
Yeah, I paid
So-
$10 last
Yeah,
night.
it's
So I
high,
talked about
it's
this the
high.
other day. Actually, I came on to who was it? As Brand was talking with a guy. I can't remember his screen name.
Identity block? Or was it
Hex
someone
Mac.
else?
Was it Identity?
Hex-
Block? It was like three
No,
guys.
Hexmac.
Four in the
Hexmac
morning
came
or
on. He was
something.
new. Yeah. Yeah, you guys kept me
I
up.
was
Thank you.
talking specifically about any other asset class that you're going to acquire. What's the fee to get it? You want to buy gold coins, silver coins? You want to get them delivered to your house? What's that cost? Whether it's a small amount of a purchase, dollar amount, maybe $500 worth of something, you're going to have a shipping cost. Any other thing like a bigger asset, finance a house. Even if it's one that you want to live in and raise your family in, what's the cost? So if it's $100,000 house, you're going to pay at least $5,000, if not $7,000, off of retail because you just set the market. You are the one that bought the house when everybody else was able to see the house, and you committed to the price on contract. So you are retail. You are the market. You just bought it, right? And so the moment that you move in, the moment that you sign the paper, your value, your equity value of your property is 7% less than what you paid, 6 to 7% of the total price of the house. $100,000 house, $500,000 house, it doesn't matter. That's not the same in crypto. When you're buying $100 worth of Hex, $7, $20, $25 to get it, yeah, that sounds like a lot. That's a huge percentage of a $100 buy. But if you're looking at it as an investment, how many things do you buy that's a $100 buy as an investment? I mean, you probably have dinner, you probably fill your gas tank. Probably that's close to $100 for a significant sized car.
Yeah.
So when you look
yeah.
at the price of things and you look at the cost to acquire an asset, also spread it over the length of time. So if you're going to lock a contract, you're going to say it's 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. What's your vaulting cost? If you have gold, silver, and a significant amount, let's say it's $100,000 worth of gold or silver. Some people pay to have that vaulted. They don't keep it where they're at. They have geographical diversity. They have political diversity because they keep it in other countries. So down the street is Peter Schiff. Down the street is Mike Maloney. And they don't keep all their shit close to them. They keep it vaulted in other countries and they pay for that, right? So when you look at an asset and you say, what's the cost to get it? What's the cost to vault it? What's the cost to redeem it, right? Silver bars, gold bars, whatever. If that goes up in price, you usually have an assay price, basically, because it needs to be, is this real, right? So you got a block of gold, they're going to drill through it, they're going to x-ray it, they're going to charge you to assay, they're going to smelt it down and make sure the purity before you can redeem it. So just about anything else is going to have that kind of cost. You're going to have it. And in real estate, you have a cost on the in and on the out, and you pay property tax all along the way that you hold that asset. And your inflation value is really why you're selling for a house that you bought for $100,000 for $200,000. You kept it for $5. You shouldn't buy a property that you're not going to hold for 5 years or longer, typically, because you need that amount of time to recoup the acquisition cost and the exit cost.
I think that's definitely sound advice when it comes to the investments in Hex. Papa and I we're trying to print free money by creating tons of wallets that get the next airdrop of whatever. So we're burning through all these fees, in this like greedy frenzy to like get to the next league in Hex or whatever, like whatever way we can, so.
Look at those green candles, guys.
Good luck.
Thanks. Yeah.
I think I got 25 wallets so far. I screwed it up last time.
Anybody see the green candle just plopped up?
Is it a good one?
Oh yeah.
Stick around.
RG, you're doing stuff while we're talking again.
Yeah, I'm always doing stuff. I'm always doing important stuff while you guys are talking.
I think you're buying on the download, and then
yeah,
it's that new Javis guy. He's got the big bucks.
All I've done is the MetaMask swap, and then it got disabled, and I'm not sure why. I'm hoping that's because they're creating a token.
Is it giving you that you're not on the main?
Yeah.
No, that's not a thing. I forgot what you have to do to correct that, but that's on your end.
Okay, so I can keep creating wallets somehow.
Yeah, I have to look and mess with it, but that's something on your end because the same thing happened to me.
I saw a story about somebody who was making, I think it was Uniswap it was 1-inch wallets. They made 500 wallets with 1-inch transactions, and they were like $5 below the limit in order to get anything. So they got nothing.
They didn't do it early enough.
They did it early enough. They didn't do the minimum transaction amount.
There was a time requirement that didn't have a minimum transaction account. It was like September something. If you got it in before there, you could have transacted any amount. It was after that date that you had to have $20 or more.
That guy that Maddie's referencing like lost out on, what was it, 1.3 or $3.1 million. He got screwed up because he was $5 in each of his transactions. He was just like $5 off. And that was a great story. And he said, well, I got appreciation of another asset, so it's okay. I wasn't so screwed. He was just beating the wall with his bare knuckles at that point.
That's why I've been moving. I've just been moving 1 ETH around the entire time. I figured that should be enough. So I've just been moving 1 ETH.
Maddie, I think to fix your problem, you just have to click in your wallet and get off of the mainnet, go to a test net, and then back to the mainnet. It's a little down there, and it should fix it. That's what it did for me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Chili Fly, your ducks are kind of Japanesey. You're in the States?
I'm up in Canada.
Canada. You guys have the same type of odd rafters and not rafters, the beams are like crossing through the ceiling randomly because it has to be the stability of the whatever. We have the same type of thing in Japan. It pisses me off. You can't have a square box room in Japan at all. You got these.
He's in the basement.
Yeah, this one's I'm in the basement right now. So I recently moved in November when to a new house, so my office is still not complete. A lot of furniture is coming in and whatnot, so I'm happy to finally work from home during these COVID times. Nice. like most people, right? But I'm stuck in here with an IKEA desk, and I can't wait till I get my real big American sized desk.
Hey, Chili Fly, why do you call yourself Chili Fly?
It's just my gamer tag. I've had it since ever since I started gaming. Like RG3, I think I have a Steam account that's also 17 years old where I played PS 1.6 way back in the day. And, I don't know if I can kick that habit. That's one habit that'll probably stay with me for life just because a lot of my friends play. So it's just the way we socialize together.
Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah. I mean, as long as it's controlled, where it's not like it absorbs your entire life. But that would be pretty. No, I'll be careful. I don't want to get back into gaming. I'm getting in trouble.
See, I said I got this new rig set up here, and of course I logged into my Steam. I'm like, I'm gonna have to try this thing out here. As soon as I get my new video card that's on its way.
We never see you again. You're just playing Counter-Strike.
Oh man!
Are you one of the shit talkers though in Counter-Strike, or are you one of the quiet ones?
What's that?
When you play Counter-Strike, are you a shit talker or are you a quiet one?
Definitely a shit talker.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I was the old man out there, But yeah. I like
Oh, the
that.
it's called the psychops or whatever. I ended up having to mute some people. I'm like, fuck you. I don't want to hear
I
you.
was in a clan, the whole thing, man. It was pretty good. Some of the pro Counter-Strike gamers were part of our team. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Have you guys?
I think that's what screwed up my eyes. As soon as I started video gaming like that my eyes went to shit. I ended up with glasses.
I know you were talking about this other platform that you're going to be streaming to and the streaming key stuff.
Yeah, Theta.
Did you talk about like today during the stream earlier? Crypto Beatles was streaming pretty live, and he's talking about. I guess he's got Red Pilled is a new platform. It's pretty much right wing kinds of
Red
people.
Pill. God damn it.
But basically, it's all the people that are leaving off of Parlor and they're looking for places to go. It's like a streaming platform similar to that.
Well, that's it. Just gather them all up somewhere else so that they can go chase them down.
Yeah.
That sounds like a trap right there.
Yeah.
Everyone,
come on over here, guys. Come on over here, all of you.
We got him.
That's a trap. Stay away from me, guys.
Yeah.
All the red pillars, stay away.
Yeah. Well, it's not even red pill. That's just they just called it that. That's a bunch of bullshit. That's not red pill.
Oh, explain to us what the red pill is again.
No, because you get mad.
Then let's hear it.
You don't want that. An upset pirate? Are you kidding me?
I do.
I don't get mad. I'm just old.
Cranky.
It's cranky. It's just natural, It just I don't know. That's what feels good anymore versus happy. Cranky feels better.
Stay off my lawn.
Yeah, there you go. It's that whole process.
Captain Morgan, Hex Squadron.
So, MetaMask, Maddie, you are trying to front run the whole airdrop thing. Is that what you?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I was thinking it might be fun to do like a hangout sometime and just walk people through it so that they can have like a trigger in order to be able to do that. Because I know we're all so busy. It'd be nice to have a community event or something.
So is it all the 1-inch stuff, or what are you talking about?
MetaMask itself is trading platform, right? Or
swap function.
I'm predicting that could be a thing because they do take a tiny fee with this new swap feature that they have on desktop only.
Tiny.
And
it's a pretty good fee.
It's a big fee now.
What is it?
$30 last night to change Hex.
It's pretty large.
But that's
on
the
MetaMask?
That's
yes.
That's the E. They take like a 0.2% fee, I think.
I think they have some hidden. I think they have some hidden fees in there. It's pretty damn
to change over 200 last night. They wanted to charge me a $30 fee.
Yep. Yeah. Same with me. It was $30. I was going to go anyway. I was going to go do a little steak thing. $30.
Papa B came up with an idea to do just USDC to something else, like to have a transaction and not even run it through Hex, which is more gas, using more gas, and then just weaving through a bunch of wallets.
Is there still a fee? Because then
there is, but it's not that. It wasn't that bad when I did that comedy, but I mean, it's just exactly like you said. It's weaving through wallets with USDC and Ethereum until you hit your last wallet, and then you do the Hex.
That's right.
Yeah, I swear, I see Vitalik. I'm gonna kick him squaw in the nuts.
Where was that advice 2 weeks ago when I needed to do the jumping?
Yeah.
I was like, the gas fees are too expensive. I'll just do like 1 or 2 wallets and just I'm done.
There's another one too.
They could lower the gas right now if they wanted to. If they really wanted to, they could lower them, but they don't. Because
DYDX.
Yeah, DYDX.exchange.
No Hex though, right, Molly?
Well, this is when all the miners are happy is during these kinds of rushes. The miners are making money.
It's a Ethereum, USDC, and DAI, and it's a margin trading platform, but you can do spot trades. And it was included in the article with Uniswap and 1-inch, and this was the third exchange that was mentioned on doing an airdrop. So it's the only one that hasn't released it yet. So I would take Ethereum, I would buy USDC, pull the USDC out. So I did my transaction on there, and then I would use MetaMask to convert USDC to ETH. And then that way I'd complete both on one wallet and then move to the next and just repeat that cycle.
That's really smart.
It was easier when the fees were lower. Now it's, I got my wallet set. I'm just done for right now.
Motley, I did that on DYDX. I got one transaction. I did exactly what you just said. Yeah. When I went to do the second, it popped me into leverage only, and I couldn't do anything other than 2x. And I said, I'm out. And I just took it all out.
It was probably your fault because I've done the same thing before, because it defaults to the margin trading. You have to manually click over to the spot trade.
Oh, I manually did everything, and then I said, to hell with this, and got the hell off of it. I just did one Ethereum USDC transaction, got off, came back to do another this exact same way, reset everything, made sure it was off of margin, and it still said your margin requirement needs you to put in twice as much USDC.
That's weird. I didn't run into that error.
It was weird. Well, it got me turned off, right?
I made the mistake of just not paying attention and put it into the margin account. And once it's in the margin account, then you're screwed. You got to pull it out, and then you just wasted yourself gas fees and stuff. But I don't know. Maybe it did do something, but I found it was my error when I did it. I did it once.
I blame you for my transaction too.
Sure, that's cool. I'll take those gas fees.
Sounds like we got to be careful if we try it. Then I mean, could we lose on margin?
I don't think it was an issue. I didn't have a thing, but like I said, I didn't fuck with the margin. There's an option for spot trade. I would just go in and spot trade, do it, get your money out.
I couldn't figure it out. It was beyond me to use that.
Yeah. If you wanna mess with it off air, I'll help you.
Cool.
Yep.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Can't beat free money.
Yeah. I think if we get an actual, even if one of those airdrops, it'll put me in the spot I want to be. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully.
OpenSea, there might be one coming up as well.
Where?
OpenSea, yeah.
OpenSea, yeah, it's an NFT one. Yeah, they might have it. Yeah.
That's why we wanted traders some of the hex badges on there, so that people could take advantage of that. It costs a lot to trade a hex badge, so we're working on a better solution. But
does the hex badge, does that allow you to? No, that wouldn't allow you to get any airdrop because of that. But that would be funny, wouldn't it?
Well, if we put it on OpenSea, that's the idea, Papa. When OpenSea comes out, if we can get the Hexagon community to purchase on OpenSea.
Yeah.
The OpenSea?
Yeah.
It's out. It's just they haven't ever airdropped, and they supposedly might. So Maddie's trying to figure out how to bundle the badges over there, so that way, in case the gas prices aren't so ridiculous.
You guys should follow someone called Dune Analytics. They're the ones that are doing all the stuff for Rarible and a lot of the NFT stuff. So they use Dune Analytics and able to figure out who to airdrop to. So I'm guessing they're going to use the same company. So I've been just a little tip right there. I'm watching for any of these airdrops is Dune Analytics. They've done already a bunch of airdrops already. So people are starting to kind of use them as like their third party, like double checker. So if they missed any, so usually when they do one airdrop, that's the initial one that the developers chose. Then they go to Dune Analytics, and then Dune Analytics does like, oh, you missed these wallets, and then that's the second round, and that's it.
Wow.
Unless they vote.
All of this talk that you're doing the past 10 minutes is basically freemium.
Yep.
It's all freemium so that you'll buy their bag later, right? Yep. So even though you're going to get an airdrop or whatever, just consider that you're in the freemium game. It's the same thing that we had, right, with the Hex launch and stuff. So just keep that in mind.
That's why I just sell it.
Yeah, but did anybody hold on to their uni?
Correct.
Nope. I do trust OpenSea. I've been using them for a really long time. So they're cool. Cool peep.
I can vouch for them. They're cool.
Yeah.
They're to the founder's house or something? What's the deal?
I'm sorry?
You've been to the founder's house or something? Trust factor.
I can't
confirm or deny.
Yeah.
So Hex Monkey was asking what's the specific action to take in order to do a swap action in MetaMask.
Nobody knows.
So the swap is when you go in on desktop and then you go into your MetaMask through Chrome, then you'll see a swap button there. And if it's not highlighted, then you know that you have to switch to another network and then switch back, is what Chillyfly said. So I think it would benefit the community just to do a walkthrough of that, and we could do that tomorrow or the next day or something, and that way everybody will know.
Matty, you said there was a flag in MetaMask that shows that you've performed a swap. Is there a way to check to see if
if you go, just like when we looked at the 1-inch and we were on stream whenever that was announced, we were on like a 6-hour stream with Motley and Joe and Gary, you were there, I think. And so if you go, because it wasn't showing up for me, and so some of us were sitting there scratching our heads like, well, how do we know if we got the 1-inch? So if anybody still wants to go check, you go to etherscan.io, and then you look in your history and it'll show whether you had it or not. It'll show whether you interacted with that contract. And that's what I verified before I set up all these MetaMask wallets that have a swap trade in there. I made sure that it was being recorded onto, well, it was recorded at least in MetaMask that you interacted with the contract. But if you want to see if you did the 1-inch, I posted that on my Twitter whenever that happened as well, like what that looks like.
I'll go
dollar cost. I'm gonna establish a nerd tunnel to you right now, and I've got a joke for you. Are you ready for this? If you crack a smile, you lose. Okay. What is MetaMask called in the Star Wars universe?
What is it?
Beta Bosk. Anyway, return to the show.
Buddha Margie.
Smile for that.
Which end of the tunnel was collapsed? Which was it? Which one was that?
I'm so sad for the new Dune movie that's supposedly going to come out. It looks trash. Yeah,
I don't think they made a good one, have they?
They never have. No.
Yeah.
No. But
one of the best video games ever, and no good movies to follow.
The number one comments is just looks like a bunch of model dudes doing blue steel. Literally every dude you see there's like,
oh boy.
I know a guy that can pull off blue steel.
Stop.
Zoolander's a great movie.
It is. It really is. I can't turn left.
When I met you, you couldn't even turn right.
It was just a random freak gasoline accident or fight accident.
I mean, you might know them. Center for ants.
Needs to be at least 3 times the size.
You guys ever hear that? I mean, it's a Zoolander thing, but if you look on YouTube, there's a guy that takes sound clips and makes really great synth. And he did one that's called Center for Ants. It's a really good loop. I forgot his name.
No, but
well, that's helpful. Don't remember who it is, but it was really good, guys.
That's great, dude. Hang on a second.
On the edge of my seat.
Did you like that movie with that guy and that girl doing that thing at that place? You know that one?
I can't remember who they were, but fuck the name, man.
Man, that was good.
Have you guys ever seen Kung Fu Hustle?
No.
His name is Yuri Wong. Yuri Wong.
Yuri Wong.
It's really good sound. He does Tropic Thunder. One's called I'm a Dude Playing a Dude Acting Like Another Dude. Whatever. It's a really good loop.
I'm about to throw some fire in.
See, this is what happens when Hex goes sideways. Fucking 8 guys on the stream and silence. It's like sideways action has just killed the conversations. Killed it. Well, actually, we're pumping right now. We're still pumping. So that's and then when we shut the stream down,
when it's going up.
I tell you, you could trade on the show starting. We were talking about today, like just trade, just buying
The DS pump. You got the DS
pump.
pump. You got with the Richard pump. You got the easy money.
Staker says, "Meh."
All right. Let's see. Okay, you know what? Let's go into hex talk now.
Oh, that's right. We haven't talked about Hex tonight.
What are you talking about?
Game face.
All right. I want to know from Jim, since I think out of everyone here, you're probably. I mean, I don't want to count your bag or nothing, but I'm more than likely. I think you're probably the one that's actually dollar cost averaging the most in because you're using a lot of revenue from your real estate properties to buy Hex.
I put tenants' money into Hex.
Yeah.
I put my money into Hex.
Okay, tenants money. God damn it. Okay, tenants money into Hex.
Not 10-inch, tenants.
Right.
Tenants.
10 inch. I put 10 inch into
I
Hex.
put 10 inches into my tenants.
Did RG make a Papa joke?
Carry on, Dollar Cost.
So are you using like some of that to stake a little bit ahead of time, like maybe into 22 or 21 and stuff? Or are you going out past 5 or 10 years? Like, what are you doing with that?
Old for all the shit you guys talk about. You guys talk about 15 years and all that stuff. My average is like 7, honestly. So that's my average across everything. I do have some that's out 15, but I'm too old. I don't want to be whatever that age would be and spending it then.
Yeah.
So
Do
you're
you
saying there's a
realize
chance
that
to
Chili
catch up.
Fry, who just talked about how old he was, after his 15-year stake is up, he's still going to be 3 years younger than me.
Right. I mean, Kareem's dream account. I mean, he's got at least 2 of those he can fulfill completely before he's at our point in age.
Roll it over entirely, right?
Yeah. I mean,
So it's
fair.
the same thing when we were talking like 8-9 months ago. If you're going to stake for what your intention is about when you want the money. You want the money in 15 years, do the 80x bag stake for sure. I mean, it helps the whole project. It helps your 3-year stake to have more value, your 8-year stake to have more value. So participate. I mean, if you're participating, you're participating. Not financial advice, but if you're participating, you're showing economic proof of a staking with no exit algorithm works. It is Nobel Prize worthy because it's influencing 20,000 people, participants or whatever. And maybe over the next couple of years, it's 100,000. Who knows as far as how many participants. So yeah, I stake based on when I want to spend the money. I have access to credit like crazy. So if I have access to credit, there's actually another saying that says you should never die with assets. What's the fucking point? I don't have any heirs. I don't have any children or anything like that. So everything just goes to philanthropy, and I'm not that nice. I mean, I want to do stuff during my lifetime, but not.
I got them and they ain't getting it.
Yeah. So
Gary,
you know, your individual.
I was given a book by one of my elders, and he said this is the best financial advice book there is. It's called Die Broke.
Absolutely.
It's about
don't die before you're broke. I mean, don't be broke before you die.
Yeah, it says die broke. So that what it means is like, you know, instead of leaving, you know, an estate for your kids, spend that shit on them. You know, if you have accumulated something in your life and you get to a point where it's like, you know, get the houseboat and take them all out, or, you know, get that trip to Barcelona going and everybody go and, you know, start spending the money on them versus, you know, giving it all to them after you die. You know, have fun with them. You know,
absolutely. Yeah. Sponsor something like a trip of, 15 of your relatives you care about, or people you care, whoever you care about, do stuff with that money. But yeah, I want to do that in my 60s or whatever, not, or 50s, not ancient.
What you got there, Maddie? What's that there?
That's it's a screenshot of what it looks like when you interact with one of these potential airdrop contracts.
All right, let's put it up there. What the hell?
So you can see I've just clipped like my history on ePayKid.io because this is the first account that I could pull up, and it just shows that this is what it looks like when you interact with the Hex contract. This is what it looks like when you interact with the MetaMask swap router. And so you would see 1 inch or Uniswap listed there if that was the contract you're interacting with. So that helps give us verification that this could be seen in the future for an airdrop, you know, on the blockchain. Basically, that's the
Maddie.
evidence.
What if the minimum transaction is 0.1? You gonna be a little upset?
Of course. Yeah, I'm gonna cry myself to sleep.
You might
I
want
will
to up it a little bit just in case.
I know, right? Well,
I
now that
follow
I know
Maddie's
the
advice, like
USD
$50.
trick, yeah, I can do
It
better.
seems to go up every time, so you might want to do 100.
Yeah, I mean if you guys have a whole ETH, just move it. I mean, it's the same thing. Just keep moving.
Yeah,
and then that way you're
that's
just
smarter.
protected. Yeah, just move
That's smarter.
1 ETH around. 1 ETH
Yep.
should cover it, no matter what. I'd imagine.
So you're just doing that through all your wallets. Then you just
I got about
swap it to the
20.
Yeah.
a crap ton. I got a couple ETH. I'll go run around there.
Like do it on the weekends, like late on the weekends when the gas fees start getting lower, and then just do a couple wallets. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
We got a new hexagon coming in. Oh, it's not a new one. It's a return.
Oh, nice.
There's Hector.
Relatively
Hey.
new.
What's
What's
up,
going on?
dude?
Not much, boys. What's going on?
You
What's
get
up,
brother?
Hex?
Good to have you back twice in a row. Look at that.
Hell yeah.
nice.
Good
Cool.
to see everyone.
Yeah, it is. If we had something to talk about, it's like there's these pregnant pauses. Every once in a while. It's like
That's why I'm here.
everyone's thinking about the sideways action, you know. Sideways.
Yeah. Shout out to
I see green candles right now. Look at that. Another green candle. I turned on the 15-minute chart for the show, and it's
Damn.
green candle after green candle after green candle after green candle. Look at that.
Maybe it's Kareem with his dream account just buying some more.
He did say he was gonna get paid on Friday, so
I mean, damn.
good job.
Kareem,
Kareem.
he's like, I mean, I sold a lot this week. Kareem's the man. But going back to what Jim, right? So what are you doing? Are you doing the monthly stuff, or you're going more like one really big stakeout and you're just putting it out every quarter or something, or how?
I'm pretty transparent. Every time I have $5,000 or right around there, then I just put it into Hex whenever it lands. So if the money comes from a tenant or whatever, it's a percentage of that goes into Hex. So I have my operating costs, my overhead, my pad in case I have vacancies or whatever, my padding. And then, anything that's over and above, it doesn't change my lifestyle. I'm in a position where, a fancy pillow is about all I need that I don't already have. So I just roll it over.
Do you not consider market cycles? Like, you don't at all? Okay. Because that freaks me out. That's why it keeps me up at night, figuring out where to stake.
Hex is supposed to be something that doesn't keep you up at night. I know that we like the speculative stickiness and we like to be on the streams and we're influencers in this environment, but that's not the intention.
I'm talking about while I'm plotting out my staking ladder, right? That's what gets me crazy. Once it's staked, I'm happy.
Yeah.
But
so you're
the
trying
stakes,
to say that you want it to come out during a high of a projected trend of here's the crypto up and the crypto down. Do you think that
I don't want to come out
else that might have looked at the same chart and thought the same thing?
Yes, but the count, even being, and that's what keeps me up. It's like trying to second guess yourself and then trying to play the adverse, the opposite.
You know what works for me? I just turn the 5-minute chart on and just go, I'm just going to buy a dip. And you watch the 5-minute chart for about an hour and then you buy that dip and it's like, okay, good. I feel good about myself. I'm serious. It works because you know what I mean. It works because you get all this anticipation, and then
red candle.
It's like, oh, there it is. There's that red candle. I'm buying that shit, and I bought the dip. And you feel better about yourself. It just does, It just
the reason I participate in Hex though is, again, it's great to try to time things if that works for you. If that gives you peace of mind, you're okay with your calls that went right, and you're just as okay with the ones that got totally fucked up. Because a lot of us were in 17 and thought, yeah, this trend is amazing. And then you watch that shit go all the way down, right? So if you want to stay in that game, I'm looking at personally what Hex is coded to do. 20% more per year that's longer staked, max of 3x or whatever at a 10-year stake. So I look at all of those things and I say, okay, every time that I try and go against or try and shortcut what Richard has designed, it's fucked me. I don't really want to do it no more. I've tried. I was like, I had a stake that came out. And when it came out, I was like, oh yeah, it seems like this is going down right now in this market cycle. It seems like we're trending down. So I think I had come out earlier in the morning. I think I went into Ethereum from Hex because it came out of stake, went into Ethereum. And then before the end of the day, it had gone up and past that point, even though it was trending pretty sharply for about a week or 2 weeks down. It's like, oh yeah, let me just get out. I'll be in ETH. And then when it starts to make a nice little U, I'll be like, yeah, get back in. I did that. And I think I lost like 600,000 Hex because of it was escaping me. I was like, fuck, just play the game the way that the game is designed. And that's fine with me. I don't have to try to anticipate cycles, and I don't really want to. I don't do it with real estate. I don't do it with gold. I don't do it with mini stocks. I don't do it with any other thing. If I'm going to start a school and I say I'm going to complete it over 4 years, why do I want to shortcut all the other stuff? I don't get it.
It's just mind fuck. You just sit there and you try and figure it out. It never works out. It never does.
And I think there's another cool thing that we haven't really talked about is like Hex really hasn't seen a legitimate bear market yet. Like, I mean, we were going through COVID, but like we were like in the beginnings of ramping up to this potential bull run. And
there was like
we really don't know how Hex is going to react in the bear market. Like it might perform better than any other crypto we've seen before in the bear market because it's completely different. And like I know during the bear market, if all my assets were just losing crazy amounts of value, I would move it into the thing that's going to give me 40% while I hold through the bear market personally. Yep. So it's true. Can we gain that mass adoption and just confidence and other investors to see Hex is working, doing what it's saying it's going to do. So that bear market comes around, you might be very surprised how Hex actually performs during that bear market as opposed to everyone else.
When you see that chart changing, I mean, again, did DAI go up because people were moving into it as a stable coin when it was going, because DAI came out about the same time that the end of the bear was happening. So did you see DAI changing in value? Was it giving you more DAI, 40% more DAI if you staked for 2 years to kind of weather it? Richard said, look, when he cried on screen, look, we're in the bear for 3 years. Pack it up. I mean, some of these things can be
party's over.
Look at.
We didn't have something like Hex.
Where am I going to lock it? I think 3 years inside of Hex is 60% more. So I think I would do Hex versus DAI or Ethereum or something else to be, or USDC even, to wait until the market for 3 years comes back out. Because a lot of people don't want to move from one coin to another coin. It's a taxable event. So there's a lot of reasons why people look at these things and say, I'll just stay in the contract or I'm not in the contract. I'll just stay in Hex. It effectively will one day, hopefully, be a stable coin. It will be more boring than it is right now. But that's after it's locked.
Don't say that.
I think you're right, Motley. I think that people are going to want to park in a bear market somewhere where they're going to actually be making gains, versus losing ground. And that'll pump the price. So, Hex can pump to a buck during the bull run and then go to 5 in the bear.
And the staker class benefits from that stuff, before that happens, before a bear or a bull. The staker class is the Fed. You are the Fed.
Oh, it's so nice being
the Fed. My biggest fear in time is when you have a big bag or something, like, and there's going to be people on all sorts sides of the spectrum here. Some people will just sell, they made a profit, etc. But I think I'm going to be in the situation where I'm not going to want to sell because I have a big bag of something. So I'm going to have to mentally prepare myself to actually sell it for a gain. But you don't want to sell that one thing that's made you hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of dollars. It's ludicrous. You're really going to have to tell yourself.
Here's the thing: I think of it as if it's going to negatively impact your psychology. If it's going to make you woeful and depressed and suicidal and all the other shit that happens when bear markets happen in other asset classes, people jump out of buildings in the 20s because of stocks. Yep. A piece of paper compelled them to lose their life. There was this kid that we talked about in stream a year ago. He saw his Robinhood app and it had a glitch. And because of the glitch in the programming, he killed himself. So if it's going to impact your psychology, one, you're probably overinvested. You probably are in a position you shouldn't be in, truthfully. If you're not, and you say, okay, I'm okay with this, truly I'm okay with this going to zero, then okay, fine, stake it. Do what you're going to do with any other risk inside of crypto. But if it's going to affect your psychology, yeah, I think RG talks about it in just about every stream. He says, this is fucking crypto. Keep it in its place. Keep it in its box. And I think that's an honest answer for the community too.
Johnny's made. Okay. Sorry.
So you've got to have an exit plan too, and make one and stick to it. You know, you go to a certain point and then you set up an exit strategy. Realize gains, realize how much gains you want to, and stick with that, and make it a percentage so that whether it's, you know, bear or bull, you're going to pull some, you know, and do that's what, we talk about dollar cost averaging in. Well, you got a dollar cost average out too. And do what's, you know, make a plan. You know, you're a young man, you have a lot of time, a lot of stakes out there, you know, say, at what point am I going to start to realize some gains no matter what? You know, hey, if it's a bear market, I'm going to change it to this percentage. If it's a bull market, hey, I'm coming out with this percentage, you know, and just make yourself a position and make yourself a commitment and stick to it, you know, and DCA out, you know, whatever your strategy may be. But have a plan. That way you don't get to that point and you're like you said, it's like, you know, because I think a lot of us Hexicans are people who like to save. You know, we're hodlers. We're people that got wrecked in 17 because when everyone else was selling, we held to the fucking bottom, right? We grabbed onto our shit and just freaking down to Davy Jones' locker we went, you know. and so I think that a lot of us have that mentality, and so we're afraid that that's going to take over. Well, not this time, Kimosabi, not for this guy. I've got a plan, and my plan is going to DCA me out of my hex and into my pocket and my lifestyle, one way or another, whatever percentage that is. I'm not talking about dollars, you know. I'm talking about percentages, and whatever lifestyle that gives me at that point, that's what it is, you know, and you have to accept that, whether it's a bear or a bull, and then you adjust accordingly, and, you know, but have a plan.
So I can't say that the code, you need to look at the code, you need to double check, you need to ask yourself and people that can read code. I will say that I have a certain percentage, a very small percentage ratio of the total hex, but I do have a small percentage that is inside of Pine Finance, which used to be called Uniswap X. And if you staked a certain amount of money, dollar bills, right? And you said that this dollar bill is now going to be this token, and I'm going to stake it, and I'm going to do the whole process. For me, what I looked at was the number of dollars, right? And then I put a percentage that's lower than that, but a percentage into Uniswap X. And if price appreciates to a certain point, that's not staked money. That's a percentage that's just I own as hex. That if it hits a price point, it automatically trades. I don't do anything. It just hits the price and it sells, right? So if you basically get your money out of the casino, you walked in with some money and you take that off the table, that's a method you can take it off the table psychologically. And you say, okay, now it's all house money. This shit goes amazing. I'm locked in because my contract has me locked in. The code has me locked in. If all this FUD happens or if all this euphoria and FOMO happens, it doesn't affect me. I'm going to stick to that plan. It's casino money that's playing in the game. But if you, again, want to insulate yourself and diversify yourself, that is a method to do so. I don't have to stay liquid, completely liquid, because I don't really want to pay attention to the hex price. I don't want to have fear or FOMO because of a wick either direction. I don't really want to. If the trade happens, it happened at 3 a.m. It happened while I'm on vacation. It happened while I was off of the grid. It's just going to happen, and then it's there. And I've got that exit point. You know, that's my strategy. Like RG was saying, you know, I don't want anybody to have their psychology hurt the way I saw people getting their psychology hurt in 17 and 18.
Yeah, have a plan. Have a plan, and that's a great tool. That Pine Finance is a great tool to set up a plan. You know. And but definitely, you know, don't mind fuck yourself.
That's the good thing about Hex is it caters to you and what your intentions are, your plans. Like Johnny's put on a stream a couple times for him. His plan is like, why am I going to sell my miners to my perpetual money machine that I have right now? I do have a large bag in Hex, So why would I sell those miners that mint me more money? So his strategy is to keep his principal for as long as he can and just take his interest off the table, pass it down to his family, and he keeps his miners in the system. And over time, they will decrease, but for the most part, he'll be able to continue to mint more and more hex, a lot more than most people that are going to be getting in later down the road from what he did 15 years ago, you know? So and that strategy works for him, and it's a good strategy. It just depends what your risk tolerance is, what your strategy is, and everyone's unique. So just utilize hex the best way for you. That's all it comes down to.
The people that go through the most emotional royals are the ones that don't do exactly what's been told several times in this program. Make a plan, write it down on paper, have a line in the middle of a piece of paper and say, this is what if this, and this is what if that, and then execute.
Exactly.
And when you free up your time and you free up your anxiety, then your brain might be telling you, I need to reallocate that, or I need to do something. I need to take some action. So hex, it should, if it's working correctly, free up some of your anxiety and make you more bored and make you feel like you're not doing something you should be doing, which is, actively screwing up your investment in hex, right? And so, one of my strategies is I just play little side games for myself. This whole MetaMask thing. I've got, you could take 1 ETH and you could move it around through a bunch of wallets, and that gives you something to do. Then I feel like I did something, right? But the truth is, the best strategy is to not do something after you've taken your position correctly. And so that's another, I think, part of the psychology is you're gonna have to decide what to do with that free time and with those free emotions.
There's a guy I watch sometimes on YouTube. He's been on for like 4 or 5 years, maybe now. He's they're called the Slingshot channel. He's like a German guy, and he just he makes a lot of work.
You're talking about.
Yeah, it's amazing. He just says, "What if this works? Like I need a machine gun that's a bow and arrow or whatever."
He's a little crazy, but
he's funny though. He's a great personality, and that's the kind of person that I would love the Hexagon community to represent. Not to be completely carefree, to be knowledgeable, to know why you did what you did, to know about your stake, to be able to explain to others, considerate and compassionate and all those good things too, but just follow your line and free that time, that intellectual energy you're putting toward watching chart, watching news triggers, paying attention to Twitter, all that stuff like that, and put it to something, in my opinion, that has utility. If it's learning how to make slingshots because that's your thing, do that. If you want to do something else, do something else, I'm always taking on a new thing that I've never done before. And it's just always been therapeutic for me in my own depressions,
Ooh, look at that big wick down.
And we've been on too long. right when we get into good hex talk, we wick down.
Everybody have a great week. We'll talk to you on Monday.
2 hours is supposed to sell.
We talk about hex, price goes down. We don't talk about hex, price goes up.
It's a great feeling to realize when I haven't been checking the price. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's a thing.
I wouldn't have known if you guys hadn't said something.
Yeah.
You damn trader.
Someone's buying back. Someone's buying that dip already.
See, the way I do it is I buy tops and sell bottoms. That's how I make money.
All right, fellas. Well, where are we at? We're at 2 hours. Anybody got anything else, or are we gonna call it a night?
Big K and I are working on something pretty big, but we're not ready to reveal anything. It's going to go well with the Staker app.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
I don't think I can say anything about Staker app right now, but man, Firebug and Steph, you guys rock. You guys rock. Rock.
This is how we do it. Okay, that's not.
All right, guys. Joe, Papa, Gary, Motley, Maddie. Hey, nice having you, Chili and Mac coming back. Appreciate you guys.
Anytime, man.
We'll check you guys all out on Monday for our next episode, and have a good one, everybody. I'm calling it a night.
Good night, everybody.
Cheers.
Boom, 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 boom.